Okay, so here I have my game on Westfield and my M48 Patton between my friends Rip and Righty, the 30B and 907 that we just got out of the last campaign, actually. And I'm playing my newly acquired M48 Patton with the free XP I was able to get from my clamp payout. So right here, I'm just looking around, looking at what tanks are on the enemy team, what tanks we have. And I see that most of their mediums are actually tier 10 mediums. So knowing how people usually play, they like mediums like to go southeast. So I'm actually going to avoid that since medium play is typically blocked by sight lines and supported by tank destroyers. So I'm not really gonna care too much about that. I decided that I'm going to go up to the northwest corner of the map, fight the heavies instead. A little bit easier to deal with, manage with, since you're a medium and you can use your superior mobility and gun handling to kind of weave around your enemy opponents, taking away map control as you outplay them, of course. Something that's very crucial in pubs, in fact, because a lot of people bleed when they try and push for areas of the map, while you can just slowly take it away from them and alleviate pressure off your team. So we're moving up here onto the west side of the map. I see all the heavies lit. I'm looking around. I don't see anything out of the ordinary. Pretty standard setup. It's a Scorpion G in the back, and he actually gets annihilated in a second here. Yep, there he goes by the T49, which is amazing for me. So I'm just going up here, trying to get a peek on a heavy that doesn't expect it. Looking around, just looking at my options. See the YOUJO is probably my best. Take a peek over him. Can't really get the shot, so I back up. Already annihilates 2 tier 8s, which is really good. So I take a peek on this tortoise instead, since it looks like the easiest fight to take. I'm hold down, he's in the open. So this giant like tumor on top of his tank. So I shoot that, get some free damage. Try and get a tank out of the game. Tortoise is very good this patch since they buffed it recently. Just a couple more shots here, of course, to whittle him down, get the HP out of the game. Take a shot, bounce, a little bit unlucky. It's alright. Ally cleans him up, the YOUJO just shoots him with HE. It's good. Platoon mate pushed in, got annihilated. Not necessarily the smartest play. So here I'm trying to alleviate pressure off of my T54 that pushed in on the YOUJO and T28. I'm taking shots on the YOUJO, trying to take him out of the game. Low roll, unlucky, but it's alright, it's just an YOUJO. I get pushed by my ally YOUJO here, and I don't get to finish off the T28. Not that big of a deal since my platoon mate gets him. Take a shot on the E75. I don't know why I shot the lower plate. I would have been better off shooting the top of the hull, since it's a flatter surface and has way less armor. So I take a look at the map here, try to see what's going on, and I actually see a light tank at base and decide to go back. It's because they do have field control, so they can easily just cap us out if they just threw everybody on cap. Decided I'm going to head back, ping the map a couple times, signify that get a little bit of attention going towards the base. Be nice to get a defense on that. My platoon mate, Righty, push up with me here, defend the base. Try taking a shot on the light tank, missed. Nothing I could really like hope for. You know, this game is a game of chance essentially when you take shots. So it's best to take shots as often as you can. See the M46 Patton, take a snapshot at that. I pan, of course. I take some more shots here while he's still in the open. The M46 Patton, easy to kill. So I just try and get as many shots as I can before he runs behind cover. At this point, I'm like, okay, well, I gotta do something here. I can't just sit on top of the hill or get farmed by mediums in the back who are probably sniping. So I look at this Panther. Try to get a shot on that. I missed. That's fine. I decided I'm gonna clean up this M46 Patton first, because he's a one-shot. He's a little slow in the draw, so I get to get away with all my HP, which is very nice. Come handy in late game, which we're approaching right now, actually. So I go for this Panther. More dead tanks means less DPM on the enemy team. And so I'm trying to duck under the ridge line. Since my platoon mate said there was an M48 Patton up to my right here. And I'm just trying to get away from him. So I move to the right. I keep my turret towards him. But apparently he was on the other side of the map. And I decided to just get into cover as quickly as I can. Try to get away from that firing death laser the M48 Patton has. So I try to push up to the elevated area so I can be on an even playing field with the Patton that was shooting me earlier, and get this mountain between him and I so that I can get closer and spot him to alleviate pressure off of my team. So now I'm just cautiously moving up, trying to get this small little hill in between where I think he is. I believe he's in that elevated bush area that TVs like to snipe from, mediums like to snipe from as well. I get pinned by him, a little unlucky on my end, but it was a low roll, so luckily worked out in my favor. And here I take a few blind shots to the bush where I think he is. I actually do not know if I hit those or not, but it's good to take a couple blind shots. I'm right here. I'm just abusing camo mechanics. Do third person to aim at the bush, shoot through it. So if the bush is not transparent, then you don't lose the camo value you get from the bush after you fire. And here you see me abusing this by going up to the bush to where it's transparent, getting where I need to shoot, and then backing up to where the bush is no longer transparent so I don't lose my camo rating. I didn't get lit, so I know he's not playing aggressive and should be where I'm blind firing. I shoot through the bush here when it is transparent in hopes that he spots me so I can get a rough idea of where he is. He doesn't like me, so I know he must be playing very far back and passive. And I decided this is now the best time to push up to him since he wasn't lighting me from the bush. See the Conways to my left, Type 4 is bullying the M60. We have decent map control, but they essentially have 3 tier 10 since the M53 M55 is pretty much the best tier 10 already in the game. I get lit here, so I decide to dive low. I get pinned. It's not a big deal. I still have 453 HP to deal with. It's only an issue if he high rolls me, and I would die. But right here, I see him pushing up at me, so I take a dive to the left, trying to avoid his any aggressive play. I ping my Conway to get his attention and signify that I need help. The Patton shoots the Conway. I'm like, okay, well, this is an issue because you can spot that easily. Decided to play a little bit more aggressive, take a lucky shot on that. I switched to heat because I'm brawling at this point. I want the high pen in close range. APCR's high shell velocity isn't going to help me here. I get a lucky pen there on the turret. He's just shooting APCR at me. Don't know why, but here you see he switches to heat in hopes that he can pen me easier. I see my ally tells me to back up, but big of a deal. See over peaks right here. Gets hit by the Conway, which is good. A little bit good play from my ally. He actually ends up carrying this game heavily. I think he does around 6k, 5.8k damage. Really good game for a Conway. Type 4 goes down from the Arty. I'm not surprised there, but it's just essentially just me and this Conway at this point, trying to kill this M48 Patton. I take a shot on that. I get very lucky. I pin him on the right side of the turret. He misses his shot, of course. At this point, I'm just trying to be very aggressive on the corner since we're on kind of even trading terms. If I were to shoot him, let's say I got my shot off first, I would actually be able to kill him. That is, if he doesn't high roll me. I'm just driving back a little bit so Arty doesn't zero in on me and click me from above. And now I'm waiting for this guy to make another mistake so that I can leverage my force on this position. So here I decide to try and get a shot at him. Doesn't look like that's gonna happen. So here I'm looking to shoot the M60, but the Conway actually cleans him up, luckily for me. So this game just got a lot easier. It's on 23 HP. So I see that the M48 Patton is unlit, and he was moving back to try and get a shot on the Conway. So I push up to take a free shot on him, which I get. He comes back to try and shoot me, but at this point, I know I can kill him. I try and flick my turret away there at the last second, as you see, to get him to bounce the shot, but the Conway just cleans him up. Right now, I'm waiting for Arty to shoot me, so I'm just wiggling, trying to be a little bit unpredictable of where I could go. And at this point, I assume I'm unlit, so I decide to just drive forward. But taking away map control, very important. They took the south really strong on this map, but if you lose north, it's kind of hard to make any aggressive play. And that's why I don't like to play the southeast corner of the map, because you're kind of locked down there for the entire game if you let the heavies run rampant, which typically make the push for most pub games. That was essentially my breakdown of this M48 Patton game on Westfield, and my thought process of the whole thing. That's all there is to it. Thank you guys for watching, and have a good one.